The Trouble with Romance, it's a really light, fun, romantic comedy. It's basically 4 stories about relationships, but looking at them from 4 different points of view. The 4 stories are loosely connected together, and some of the stories are pessimistic, some are more optimistic, some are more hopeful, or some are cynical. I worked in advertising actually when I came out of college, and my parents, they didn't know what advertising was. My dad's a chemical engineer, and they were like, "What the heck is he doing? What is advertising?" And but very quickly I was able to show them. I worked at this ad agency. We worked on the urban youth advertising for Nike. So I would show them TV commercials on TV that I worked on, or I'd bring home Sports Illustrated, show them a big Nike print ad, and say, those 2 lines, those are mine. And I'm making a salary, and I have health insurance, and all this stuff. And they were like sitting there going, wow, we don't even know what he's doing, but he seems to be doing okay. So when I decided to apply to film school, they were a little wary, but they were saying to me, they actually said this. They said, well, we had no idea what you were doing last time, and it seemed to turn out okay, so we're just going to trust that you know what you're doing. So I said, you know what, I want to make films. I'm going to be a writer and director. And I said I was going to do that, and again they got nervous again. But they've been supportive, they haven't told me not to do it, and I think they've been encouraging, especially, after I was able to achieve at least a little bit of success. We're not a dominant group within Hollywood, and it would certainly help if there were more Korean Americans, both as executives, as agents, as producers, because you see that in, say, the Jewish American community. I think they're a lot closer, and there's many Jewish Americans in all levels of Hollywood, and I think they kind of help each other out a little bit more. So it would certainly be helpful if we could improve that in media and entertainment. If you're an Asian American actor, you are at a disadvantage because most of the roles that are written for Hollywood productions the lead roles tend to all be for non-Asians, and if there are roles for Asians, they 99% of the time tend to be for the Chinese delivery boy or some sort of supporting bit role. But behind the camera, I don't think there's too much discrimination really. If you're really passionate about this, and it's really a dream of yours, by all means go for it. Don't let the typical Korean American thing about, oh, I have to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, force you to do something you don't want to do, because I actually didn't start, I went to film school for graduate school. I actually went to a business school for undergrad, and I worked in corporate America for a couple of years before I went to film school. And I really just realized after working in corporate America how much I really wanted to do this. And I think that there are a lot of Korean Americans friends of mine, that I've grown up with, who I think some of them still wish that they had pursued some of their passions and their dreams, because you can always try, and if you fail, then fine, go back to medical school or go back to corporate America or do that. But if if it's really a dream, then people should go for it, and I encourage that.